Okay, good evening, everyone. So I'm giving you another example of auxiliary views now. So in the past, in the old video that I've sent to you guys, it's a combination of, I don't know, yung auxiliary videos na pinanood nyo was a combination of 2D methods and 3D methods. So ngayon, I'll give you another example, pero purely 3D methods yung gagamitin natin ngayon. And bukod sa 3D method na ang gagamitin natin, will also be um, introducing, I don't know, some more modern techniques that not necessarily pang auxiliary view talaga siya, pero will use sort of will sort of quote unquote cheater way so that we can achieve the auxiliary view, no? Kahit wala talagang native na auxiliary view function si AutoCAD, no? Um, I'll show you that later, all that later on. For now, since we're doing strictly 3D methods, ang first step natin will be to create a 3D model first, no? So in this video, I'll also be showing you another way of creating 3D models, no? And we can call this modeling technique as a sort of surface modeling technique, no? Wherein we start with the wireframe. Then from that wireframe, we build tayo ng surfaces around the wireframe. And once we've created the surfaces and we created it in such a way na watertight siya, we can form a solid from that watertight container, no? Okay, so let's use this example. No? And I'm using this example because in this particular example, meron tayong oblique plane. And the good thing about oblique planes is that um, for us to show the true size of an oblique plane, kailangan natin ng dalawang auxiliary view. So, yung technique na ituturo ko sa inyo na on how to show the auxiliary view will be, I don't know, fully utilized because we'll have to create two additional views. Okay? So, ito muna, imagine lang muna natin siya. Ano ba yung parang tsura nitong object na to, no? So, this is a case wherein the FRP looks exactly the same as the PRP, which means that in some way or parang meron talagang ano dito, no, symmetrical features, no. So and when we look at it just by looking at the image, trying to imagine it, we can see na itong plane na to, this plane right here, to, this plane actually appears in all three views, no. So this is the same plane here. And it's also the same plane here, no? We can say na ito yung oblique plane natin. Okay? Tapos, just looking at the right side and left side view. Oh, sorry, not the right side, left side. The right side and the front view. You can also deduce na itong two planes na to, this one and this one. They actually correspond to this plane and this plane. Ito siya. So these two planes right here are inclined planes, no? Tapos, lastly, if you look at the backside plane here, actually a symmetrical talaga siya, no? This is another oblique na parang a copy of this oblique right here, no? Symmetrical siya. Punta dito. The only difference is that dito hollow tong area na to, pero dito sa kabila, meron siyang parang platform, no? So which this plane right here is just a normal, which is shown as an edge view dito, no? Itong nasa edge view na to. Siya din yung nandito. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense, no? And I think yun yung best imagination na sa kanya or the easiest imagination. There are probably other, I don't know, interpretations of this solid, pero I think that's the easiest one we can come up with. Okay? Hindi ko na siya i-sketch, no? Diretso na ako dun sa ano lang. Pero again, suggestion ko pag when you're doing these types of um, parang objects, I always encourage na mag-sketch muna kayo para may sort of baseline guideline kayo kung ano yung expected answer, no? Okay? So, diretso ko na siya dito. If you try to look at it, parang ano no, all points are just half distances, if you think about it. So pwedeng gawin natin is we can create the glass box as a sort of 2 by 2 by 2 glass box. No? So parang think about it, this is one distance. This is another 1 unit distance. So 2 units in total siya. Same can be said for the width, 2 unit distance siya. And same can be said for the height, no? 2 unit distance siya. So let's start there. Gawin natin is create mo tayo ng rectangle that is 2 by 2. Ganyan. And I always like to start here, no, na parang medyo naka-orbit na yung um, model space ko as opposed to just looking at it straight away in the top, or parang top-down view siya. Um, the reason why I like to rotate it a bit kasi para makita ko yung direction ng z-axis ko. It makes it easier for me to uh, analyze, no, or at least imagine kung saan papunta yung mga different directions ko. Okay? So, for this, gawa lang tayo ng wireframe of our glass box. So, I'll just create a vertical distance of, oh, sorry. And on ko lang tong, ano, no. Let me turn orthogonal mode, ano, para mas madaling siyang drawing. So, I can do 2, and I can copy this to all 4 corners of my rectangle, like so. Tapos, pwede ko na i-copy ito, no? Copy this square, copy it. Notice I'm not creating yet solids, no? So kaya ako instead of creating rectangle tas press pull, ang ginawa ko actually is parang manually created different lines, no? So I'm doing it para puro wireframes lang muna yung ginagawa ko. Okay, and let me turn off the orthogonal mode first for now. Tapos let's start slowly build this one, no? So I've stated na walang walang normal, no? Kasi ito oblique, oblique, incline, incline. May isang normal pero ito, this is not directly attached to the glass box, no? Or the ceiling of the glass box. Ito ay kumbaga one level lower siya. So nandito siya, no? Para dito siya na area to. So it's one level lower. So nandito somewhere dyan. So wala tayong pwedeng initial na ma-drawing, no? Tama ba? So pwede siguro ang una natin gawin is draw the inclines na lang muna. Itong 2 inclines na to, that would be easier to draw, no? So, gawin natin is I'll draw a line and make sure na ano, no, probably better pala kung ang ginawa ko was a box, no, para at least meron akong faces which I can use dynamic QCS on, no, para mas um I'll take advantage of dynamic QCS instead of constantly creating UCS. Pero sige, okay lang. Magke-create na lang ako ng manual UCS to create the different lines. No? So, let's do pwede sigurong ano ko, no? I'll do a line like this para lang mahanap ko yung midway point. Kasi from that midway point, uh, I'll be going inside, no? Papunta dito sa ano. Okay? Pwedeng, again, I'll just creating this line. Kasi if I find the midway point here, I'm sure na I will be going, or I'm sure that this is at the middle now. Okay? So, para siguro i-on ko yung ortho mode again para I'll be going inside along the Z direction. Okay? So, I'll just go here, then go inside along the Z direction, and I know it's one distance away, no? Ano ganyan? Tapos ito din, moving into the Z direction. Right? So, yan yung middle of the incline plane. Okay? So, pwedeng ang first line na i-create ko is creating the line papunta dito, no? So, the first incline. No, sorry. The incline is nasa top pala sila, no? Hindi sila dito sa bottom. So, we can create them dito, papunta sa taas. Dito. So, scratch that, no? Let's redo this. Hindi pala ito kailangan muna. Delete ko lang muna. What we actually need is yung nandito muna. So, we can do something like Ganyan. And we can also do something like, so itong edge na to, this edge right here, ito, and this edge right here, ito yung parang starting edge of our two inclined planes. Okay? So, pwede kong gawin, turn ortho mode off again. Tapos, I'll create a line from here papunta sa midpoint point dito sa baba. I'll do the same here. Dito naman sa opposite corner. This one. Ito sa midway point. This one. Ito sa corner. Okay? So we can start with something like this. Ano? Another mistake na. Hindi dapat sa opposite corner. Hanggang dito lang sa midway point na to. So, gawa muna tayo ng sort of reference line dito lang. Para pwedeng this one. Diretso sa midway point. Ito rin is papunta dyan. We can do the same here. No? Midway point, which is also the perpendicular distance, no? Or perpendicular line. Okay? So yeah, it's slowly starting to take shape, no? Okay? So, which means that, mali pala yung una ko sinabi, no? This one is actually a normal. This one. Nakadikit siya sa front reference plane. Tapos ito naman is another normal. Not this one. This one. Na nakadikit sa right side. Tama? So, meron pala tayo. So, ito. This one right here. Okay? Parang ganyan. That's my normal right there. Okay? Now, I'm looking at it. If I connect this line and this line, this point and this point, that will create the oblique. And if I connect this point and this point, that will create the incline. No? This one, this incline right here. That's an incline. This is the same incline, no? Which is shown in this edge view here. So, halos complete na, no? Kulang na lang is itong nasa likod. Again, yung imagination natin dito is um, opposite lang dito, no? Parang inclined plane siya na nandito sa kabilang side. So, the reason why we don't create it as just a regular na parang flat square that is moved downwards is because meron kasi itong line na to, no? And it has a hidden line here. And it can only exist kung meron kang feature dito sa baba, no? So, gagawin natin is, bababa lang natin. But, let's move it downwards by 1 unit. And connect it here. We'll do the same for this line. Move it vertical. Okay, let's turn this on para sure na vertical siya. And let's say 1 unit din. Then connect it here. Ganyan. Now, it may get a little bit confusing, so let me just delete itong mga natin, no, reference lines. Let's just delete this reference line right here. Trim lang muna natin. See if we can trim this as well. Oops. Instead of trimming, i-shorten ko lang siya. Papunta dyan. Can we trim this? Maybe. Shorten lang din natin. Punta dyan. And lastly, ito, trim ulit. No, shorten na lang. Punta dito. Okay? Actually, di-delete pala natin ito, no? We'll have to trim this pala. Trim. And also this one, no? Trim natin. Okay? So, pwede na ang gawin natin is, let's connect this line and this line. And we can probably turn ortho off, no? And connect that one. So, this will be our normal. So, if you look at the top view, tama yung view, no? If you look at the front view, it's this one. And itong line na to is a broken line kasi nasa likod yan. Again, it's still not being shown correctly, no? Because wireframe pa lang naman to. And sa right side view, ganoon din. Tama naman. Except for this line, which is supposed to be a broken line. Okay? So, ito siya. Okay? And we need this line now to complete. So we have our wireframe. So this is our wireframe. And from this wireframe, ang gagawin natin is we create surfaces now. So for the squares, gagawin natin easiest one to do, ito. We can do, the way we create surfaces is through either, the two easiest way to create is through either a region command or a loft command. So loft command is done by connecting two lines together, and it sweeps across that line, and whatever surface that it produces, or it sweeps, yun yung makikreate niya uh, na parang ano no, planar na surface. So, gagawin natin is, and the other one is region, no? Ang region is if you have a um, closed na, what do you call this? A closed na loop or polyline, uh, then if you do the region command, it automatically creates a surface using the parang profile of that closed polyline. No? So, I think for the rectangles, we can create or yung itong mga quadrangles na to, no? Pwede natin createan siya ng closed polyline using REC. So, pwedeng ito, gawa ko ng polyline here para isang diretso i-region ko na lang siya mamaya. So, ito, region. Let's see if we can create papunta dyan. Hindi kaya. Kasi kailangan mag-change ng UCS for that, no? So, mamaya na lang yan. Um, Same goes for this one. And ito, kaya siguro natin i-polyline to, no? So, I'll do PL, create a polyline here. This one. Oh, wait. Let's do that again. I'll have to change the UCS also. I'll do manual UCS. I'll create it. X direction is this, Y direction is this one. So now I can create my polyline. So, and C to close. I'll do it the same for this one. UCS again. This is my region. My X direction is here. Y direction is here. So, ito na yung plane ko, no? So, I'll do polyline again. Ito. And C to close. Yan, this is now my polyline. Okay? So, let me just change the, ano, no, parang visual style para mas ma-imagine nyo. I'll do shade of green para mas makita siya, no? Now, I've created, saan yun ang, so this one, did I create? Did I create a polyline for this? Hindi pala na-create yung rectangle dito, no? Sige, mamaya i-create ko na lang. Pero let's start with this one, polyline. It's now polyline. So if I do a region command, REG for region, and select this polyline, press enter. So it creates a surface, no? So this is a region, no? This becomes a region, and the region is considered a surface. What's next is let's also create another region using this one. Select the polyline. And kung hindi lumabas tong ano, no, if hindi lumabas itong options na to, itong selection option, this is called selection cycling, no? You just press this button right here, no? The selection cycling. The shortcut for it is Control W, no? So you can also toggle it using Control W. Okay. So you do region, select, hover, and selection cycling is quite important, especially when you have overlapping na mga objects, no? So for example, ito, nag-overlap yung polyline, lines, etc. etc. So, press space or enter, then you have this one. Okay. Now I'll just go back to world coordinate system. I'll do dynamic UCS para hindi ko ata na create yung region kanina. Oh, sorry, REC. Okay. So, world coordinate kasi siya nagka-create. So, kaya siya, ano, kanina, yung polyline was, mali itong polyline to. Let me just delete that polyline. Okay? Gawin natin is, I'll do UCS ulit. This is my origin, X axis ko dito, Y axis ko dito. Para pwede ako mag-create ng region. Ganyan. Or sorry, polyline. A rectangle to dito. This one now becomes a polyline. No? Ito. So now I can just create a region from the polyline. There, and it becomes a surface. And again, UCS muna tayo ulit. This is my center or origin, x-axis, y-axis. So now the vertical plane is now my xy plane. No? Okay, so let's do region again. And select region, select the polyline. Ano, sorry. Region, select the, oh, di ba ako gumawa ng ano? See. Okay. Region, and let's select the polyline. Okay? So slowly starting to take shape na siya. No? Now for this, pwede naman mag-UCS ulit ako, no? Ganyan. X, tapos Y, pwede ganyan, tapos create a rectangle, that's the region ulit, or another way you can do it is, and let me just turn back to word formats para lang mas makita niyo siya in action, no? Pwede actually yung loft command. So, what the loft command does is, if I select, kunwari ito, loft, I'll select this line and this line. So, ang gagawin niya is mag-sweep siya across those two lines, no? So, whatever yung mas-sweep niya, yun yung i-create niya ng surface. So, if I press enter, and you can do cross sections only, pwede yan. Default. And press enter. Now, it creates a surface, no? Pero iba yung pangalan niya. So, if you press Control 1 for properties, ang type niya is a surface loft created through the loft command, no? Which is, ito naman is just a region yung tawag niya. Although iba yung tawag niya, they behave the same, no? Parang considered as surfaces pa rin sila. So, when we do eventually create a solid, they will behave the same, you know. So, whether you create it through loft or through region command, doesn't really matter. It will behave the same. So, pwede siguro, ito, loft ko na lang gagawin ko dito. Loft. For triangles, usually loft yung maganda, no? Kasi you can just select two sides of the triangle. So, pwedeng this one and this one, or pwedeng adding this one and this one. If there's a line here, it will still create the triangle now. Okay, so let's do the simpler one. This one and this one. Press enter, cross sections only. Yan. Tapos, let's do the command again. I can just press space to retrieve the same command. So, line, and dito, may line ba? May line. So, press enter. So, in a way, parang faster yung ano, no, loft kasi you already have the existing lines kasi we created it through wireframe model. So, pwede actually na loft lang gamitin nyo all the way, no? Oh, mali yun. So, loft, this line, and this line. Okay, next is I'll do loft from this line to this line. Ulitin natin. Loft from this line. That's why selection cycling is quite important here, no? Kasi once you created more and more objects, parang nag-overlap yung mga objects natin. So, selection cycling will become extremely helpful, no? So, yan the line. Yan. Last is, ano pa ba? Dalawa na lang, no? This and this. And lastly, this the line. Yan again, the line. Sa center. Kulang na lang sa baba. Meron pa pala sa baba, no? So, we can create a polyline here. World coordinate na tayo. So, pwede tayo polyline from this point. Close lang natin siya. This one and press C to close. And that's our polyline. Let's select the polyline. Yan siya. So, we can just do region of the polyline. And it will close it up. Okay? So, if we did it correctly, dapat should be a watertight na container. No? Ito, this bunch of surfaces now forms a watertight container. So because this is watertight, if we do the command surf sculpt, so the command is surf sculpt, yeah. Then select all the surfaces, press enter, and now it becomes one single solid. So if I press Control 1 for properties, you can see na solid na siya as opposed to kanina, a bunch of surfaces. Let me do that again, no? Control Z ko lang. Control Z para surfaces siya. So if I select everything, Control 1, you'll see na this is there are 23 lines, there are 8 surfaces through the loft command, and there are 5 regions. Tapos may tatlong polyline siya. Now, if I do the command again, the command is surf scope. Select everything, press enter. Now, this becomes a single solid na siya. Okay? So now that we have this solid, gagawin natin is tuturo ko na sa inyo kung paano gumawa ng auxiliary view. No? So again, ang goal natin is to show the true size um, of this oblique plane. Okay? So, let's go to layout tab. Just delete this first. I'm assuming that everyone has, I don't know, already installed the ano tawag doon, inventor operability na plugin. No? Okay? So, let's do, and I don't need this anymore. No? So, pwede kong i-full screen yung AutoCAD ko. So, let's go to layout. Tapos, gawa tayo ng view base. And it will load a bit, no? If this is the first time you're using the view base command, medyo maglalag konti yung AutoCAD nyo. Just wait it out. Tapos, nandito yung ano natin, yung preview of the object. No? So, 10:1 is too small for my liking. Pwede siguro, lakihan ko pa. I can do 30. 30:1, mukhang okay ito. Hindi, mag-ano pala ako, no? Auxiliary view. So, baka 20 na lang kasi I'll be rotating this in space. No? Okay? So, let's do this first. No? So, I'll just place it in the middle. That's my parent view is the front view. And before I do that pala, sorry, we should change this to third angle. Always, before you do anything, especially when involving the view-based command, always convert to third angle projection muna. Kasi third angle projection is the projection that we use in ES1. Okay? So again, view-based tayo. So we can just click space from auto space. And we can do 20:1 siguro. 20:1. Thus, our parent view is the front view. Para if we move up, that's the top view. If we move right, that's the right side view. If we move to the right, that's our isometric view, which actually already shows the true size of the oblique plane. Pero hindi natin siya nilalagay. Let's just press enter. So ito na yung ano natin. Yung multi-view projection natin, which double check. Tama naman, no? May delete lahat ng markings dito. Let's control C. Sana ma-delete. Ayan. So if you look at the original, and this is one way you can check no, kung tama yung ginawa nyo, is to just look at the given with the 3D model na kinrate nyo and check the view base. Kung same sila, ibig sabihin na tama yung model na create nyo. Or at least, at the very least, it's one of the possible solutions for that particular multi-view projection. Okay, so ito siya. So, gagawin natin ngayon is to find the oblique plane. Now, yung pinakita ko sa video from before, and let me just make this more compact. Pala sila. Yung pinakita ko sa video na sinend ko sa inyo is using a deprecated command that is solve view, a combination of solve view and solve draw. So, hindi na masyadong ginagamit sa AutoCAD yun. And the only time you should be using solve view and solve draw is if you have a MacBook, no? Kasi pag MacBook kasi wala silang inventor plugin, so hindi nila nagagamit yung view base. So kaya the only workaround is to use the deprecated feature which is solve view and solve draw. Okay? Pero if you're using a device that already has view base, pwede natin gamitin actually is a workaround, no? So again, wala kasi if you look at the create views, no? Even the projected dito, this only creates parang mga isometric views, no? So it's either if you move to the left or right, that will create the what they call this. If you move to the left or right, that will create perpendicular reference planes that are the primary reference planes, no? Pwede siyang front, right, top, bottom, and left side. And you can also create the back side. Pero
in usually we want an auxiliary view. But sometimes the auxiliary view is not along those directions, no? So if you move parang kunwari you move bottom down, ang mangyayari is you create a 45 degree na na view, which 45 degrees actually is the isometric views, no? So mga northeast, southeast, southwest, etc. etc. So again, not all the time. In this particular case, nagkataon no, na if you do a 45 degree, kunwari ito, you do 45 degree, automatic niya yung isometric uh, which shows the true size of the oblique plane that we are interested in. Pero again, that's not what we're doing. Ang gusto kasi natin is we want to show uh, the auxiliary, we want to show the true size using successive na auxiliary views. No? So, again, walang default na komando. I'm not quite sure, baka meron na hindi lang ako aware, pero as far as I know, uh, wala talagang ano no, ano tawag dito, auxiliary command. So, ang gagamitin natin actually is, it may seem counterintuitive, pero ang gagamitin natin is actually a section view. Now, why a section view? Because if you do a section view, and siguro, Ma'am Cheska's already shown you a bit how my section views work, no? I'm assuming once you watch this video, Ma'am Cheska has already shown you how to do the section view, but it's also discussed in the other videos that I've shared with you guys, no? Pero, you do a section view, alright, let's just do a random section view here. Alright, ayan. Let's move it here. Ang mangyayari is it shows a sectional view of the object as the view cuts across the object. Now, see what happens if I move the section view such that it doesn't anymore cut the object. Mangyayari is mawawala yung mga hatch lines, no? So, this is because itong view na to does not actually pass through, or itong sectioning plane na to does not cut the object. So, we can use this section view right now as a sort of our auxiliary reference plane. Okay, so if we try to angle this, kunwari i-angle natin siya, not sure if we can angle this, no? Eto. If we angle this, it actually angles the view as well, no? So, yun yung auxiliary rotation niya. Okay? So, we'll use that to our advantage, no? Um, parang naging pseudo auxiliary view na yung sectional view in that manner, no? So, how do we get the ARP1 and ARP2 for this particular case? So, the way it works is, di ba pagka nag-auxiliary view tayo, kailangan muna, or if you want the true size, kailangan muna natin i-edge view, yung plane. Now, the plane in question is this one. So, we can start at any view, no? Pero, if we want to start from the front view, kunwari, ito yung starting point natin. Then, kailangan muna natin i-point view yung isang true length dito. What is a true length here? A true length here would be, if you look at this one, it's this line right here, no? Itong particular line ito, this is the true length line because it's parallel siya dito sa reference plane dito, this line, or yung line din na to is parallel to this one, which makes this as a true length, no? So, yun yung gagamitin natin. Po-project natin siya papunta dito. Okay? So, we can probably, para lang mas malinis, no, we can probably delete this, ano ba maganda i-delete? Yung top view or yung right side view? We can probably delete the right side view na lang. Tapos, we'll move these two views right here. Move using the move command. Ipat lang natin dito. Tapos, ang gawin natin is, um, if we try to do a section view agad-agad dito, sorry, section agad tayo, full section from this parent. Tapos gumawa lang tayo dito. Hindi natin kayang i i-object snap itong features na to kasi itong lines na to are not 2D lines where we can ano no where we can make use of object snapping. Okay? So, kailangan natin mag-create ng parang guidelines natin on top of the itong view-based na the lines that are created by the view-based, no? So, for this purpose, gagawa lang ako ng ano, no, parang guidelines. Just to differentiate it, I'll just create a yellow line and later pwede ko i-delete na lang yun afterwards. For, for this case, ang gagawin ko is, and I'll probably choose a more obvious line, no? Siguro magenta would work. So, gagawin natin is, I'll just create a guideline like so. Para ngayon, I can now create a sectional view. And then again, this one line right here is the true length, no? Ito kasi true length to siya. Okay? So if I now create a section view, and we can just create a full section view, no? And we'll use this as our parent view. Parent view meaning siya yung kung saan, ano yung pinanggagalingan niya. So this one. And now, I can select anywhere here. Pa rin siguro ganyan. As long as it covers the uh, entire object in terms of projection lines. No? You can always correct it if mali yung nagawa niyo. Kunwari, masyadong short. Pwede naman i-correct siya later on. No? Ito, and I'll make it perpendicular. And I create it. So it's sort of just really creating an auxiliary reference plane. And I'll move it downwards. That's all. Center. And now, this is my first auxiliary view. And what what I can do is I can even create line here. And now I can delete this one. Kasi siguro i-delete lang yung markings na to. And let's add a text. Pwede tayo maglagay na this is FRP, no? FRP sa taas, ARP1 sa baba. We can even do something like this, no? And if you want, we can delete. Oh, sorry. Pwede pa natin i-delete tong identifier. Sige, wag muna natin i-ano na. Mamaya natin problemahin yan. Pero, this is now ARP1. Okay? So now that we have ARP1, I should probably move this now. Somewhere dito. And the good thing about moving this one, it follows the rules for projection, no? You can't accidentally um, move it in other directions, no? So, ang pwede lang natin ma-project siya is along perpendicular to the projection lines, which is this one. No? So, move lang natin siya konti dito kasi we have to create a parallel reference plane. Okay? So, again, same as before, gawa lang muna tayo ng isang reference plane. And again, ang purpose lang nitong reference plane na to is that para may basis tayo sa paggawa ng ating sectional view. No? Kasi again, hindi kasi considered as 2D lines itong lines na created by the view base. No? So, hindi gumagana yung object snapping. Okay? So, let's create a section view again from this parent view. Let's gawa tayo naman. Somewhere dito siguro, make it parallel to this line. Like so. Oh, sorry. Ba't ko kinancel? I'll do again. From this section, create a parallel line. Like so. And I'll just project it somewhere dito. No? Yan. And I'll just delete this. Medyo malayo to. Or okay na siguro. So I'll just make this a little shorter now. So, eto siya. This is now my auxiliary reference view. Tapos, ano, sorry. Nagalaw ko yata yung ano. Tama naman. Yan. And let's just mark the ano din. No? Let's change this. Yeah. I'll just mark point B to point B. And let's just also add a text. Let's call this ARP2 naman, ARP1 sa baba. No? Yan. You can always make it a little bit nicer, no? If you really want to. Ito, dalawa lang natin. And notice how if you change it, nagbabago din yung, ano no, yung sectional view. Okay? And essentially, we have created the ARP2, which shows our plane in its true size. Okay, let's just mark it true size. Like so. Okay? And because, ARPs or auxiliary reference planes are considered as parang additional views, then dapat we should, and let me just remove this reference line na ginawa natin. Because they are considered as reference planes, then therefore dapat litaw pa rin yung hidden lines, no? So let's just double click this one, click on hidden lines, and instead of just visible lines, we also show the hidden lines. So visible and hidden yung pipiliin natin. Okay? So press X.
escape to exit para kita yung visible lines. This one as well, double click. Pwede naman double click or you can also use edit view here. Then from edit view, not edge visibility. Hidden lines here. Pwedeng i-change nyo from visible lines to visible and hidden lines. Press enter. And now you can see the final answer. So that's how you use sectional views. And let me close the ribbon para mas malinas. And let's make it bigger, no? So you can see na using yung sectional views, we sort of quote-unquote cheated our way, no, into creating auxiliary views. Kasi sectional views aren't supposed to be used to create auxiliary views, pero we used it to our advantage, and we have created a sectional view. Sorry, we have created an auxiliary view from the sectional view function. So hopefully that helps, no? So this is a lot easier, no? If you really think about it, this is a lot easier than the yung solve view and solve view and solve draw method, no? Yung solve view and solve draw method, you using this one, no? Ito, solve view, solve draw. And the messy part about the solve view and solve draw method is that if you look at the layers, I don't know, sobrang daming layers na naku-create ng solve view and solve draw depending on the different na parang uh, name views na gagawin nyo. At least ito, konti lang yung nakikreate, no? So imagine kung solve you solve draw, ito, multiplied mo ba by the number of name views? Okay, it gets a little messy really fast, no? Okay, so hopefully that helps. Thank you for listening to this video. And again, Ma'am Cheska will walk you through this in the F2F class. Okay.